Good afternoon, my dear friends. How are you doing today? It's such a pleasure to be with you. I would like to talk to you, my dear friends, about Cathedраticum, a gift for the bishop's pastoral ministry, not a fund for renovation. This is Nchumbonga George Lekelefac, and it is my pleasure to begin this session of canonical enlightenment to you, my dear friends. It's a great pleasure, and we're going to be very frequent with this. Okay, it's going to be a wonderful. It's going to be a constant. Because I've observed that I think when you do videos, it's more people learn faster by through videos than by reading articles. Not everybody has the time to read. So, my dear friends, this video is titled "Cathedраticum, a gift for the bishop's pastoral ministry, not a fund for renovation." Now, in recent times, there have been a serious misunderstanding and abuse regarding the practice of Cathedраticum in the Catholic Church, and we recently saw the circular of Abbia in which he has imposed 121 million in different groups, parishes, even in schools, poor students. It's imposed them to give money to him for a cathedral renovation. Cathedral has no problem. Okay. Now, what is the true purpose of Cathedраticum? The term Cathedраticum comes from the Latin word cathedra, as I had said already, which means chair of the bishop. So the Cathedраticum is to support the bishop in his pastoral ministry. It's not an imposition. You don't impose taxes. You simply, and I've been to in all the 5 continents I've lived, I've never seen an archbishop or a bishop imposing taxes to parishes in the form of Cathedраticum. I've never seen that. Even in Nigeria, the last time I went to Nigeria, 2021, I participated in the Cathedраticum in the Diocese of Enugu. Yes, I was there in Owani, in the Diocese of Enugu, and Cathedраticum was done. Parishes came with some came with yams, some came with plantains. They brought what they have to support the bishop. But in this case, the archbishop is imposing. He's saying you have to give this, you have to give this, you have to give this, you have to give. This is not done in any part of the world, and we must tell Archbishop here to stop the tyranny, because it is tyranny. Why should you impose yourself to people and insist that they should do this and do that and give this and give that? No, it is totally uncanonical, and we must tell the Archbishop to stop it immediately. Now, according to the Code of Canon Law, Cathedраticum is a free will. What does free will mean? It means you give from your heart. Okay? You give from your heart. And what you give is meant for the pastoral mission of the bishop. Canon 1261 paragraph 1 states the faithful are free to give temporal goods to the church. However, they are not to be forced to do so against their will. Canon 1266 states, in all churches and oratories regularly open to Christ's faithful, the local ordinary may order a collection of tools for specific needs. However, these contributions must remain voluntary and proportional to the faithful's means. Okay, so it's their means, the means. Okay, you don't impose things on people. Each person is different. Some people don't even have means to eat. Others in the present quagmire, the financial quagmire in our province due to the 7-year war. Okay, so with these situations, how can an archbishop? Where has he kept his mind? How does he feel for these poor people? Does it make sense to you that this man, an archbishop, is extorting money from people and imposing these taxes in this desperate situation?
I'm serious.
It doesn't make sense. So Canon 1271 states the bishops are to provide for the needs of the apostolic see according to their means. From this canon, it is clear that Cathedраticum is a voluntary gift meant for the pastoral mission of the bishop, not for financial projects like cathedral renovation. It's not meant for cathedral renovation. It's simply meant for the pastoral mission. What is pastoral? The good news. How can we make the good news known? So by renovating a cathedral, how does that make the gospel to be spreading out there? Does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. Cathedраticum and renovation funds are distinct in purpose and cannot be confused. A Cathedраticum is meant to support the bishop's pastoral and spiritual duties, while renovation projects require a separate form of fundraising. Canon 1274 paragraph 1 states, in each diocese, the specific fund is to be established, which gathers offerings and administers them according to the norms established by the bishop with the conference of bishops for the support of clergy. Canon 1284 paragraph 2 states, administrators of ecclesiastical goods must maintain and preserve the temporal goods of the church, making necessary repairs and improvement with due permission. Thus, cathedratical renovation falls under administrative finances, not cathedratical. Okay? Cathedral renovation, it doesn't fall under cathedratical, it falls under administrative finances. Now, the magisterium of the church teaches us that there are different forms of giving. The first is, let's go to Pope Benedict XVI. He said the church charitable activity must be independent of financial obligations. It must not be imposed by force, nor can it be demanded as a tax. That was what Pope Benedict said in 2005 in his in Deus Caritas Est, okay, paragraph 23. Now, let's go to the Vatican II document, Apostolicam Actuositatem, paragraph 10 of 1965. It states, the faithful are to contribute freely according to their means to the needs of the church, while the administrators of funds must be transparent and accountable. This is Apostolicam Actuositatem of 1965, okay? This is a decree for the laity. Now, these teachings confirm that cathedraticum cannot be forcefully demanded for financial projects like a cathedral renovation. Okay, so what is the danger of misusing cathedraticum, as Archbishop Kia and Father Ngalim are doing? Now, forcing cathedraticum to fund cathedral renovation is a serious violation of canon law. The bishop does not have the right to redefine the purpose of cathedral. It's not in Kia. Archbishop Kia has no right to redefine cathedraticum. This is not the Pope. Even if he were the Pope would not do this, because the Pope has said, don't force, don't impose taxes on people. It's very clearly, you don't force people to contribute. Allow them to do it freely. Okay, Canon 1267 paragraph 3 says, offerings given for a specific purpose may not be used for another purpose without the donor's consent. And that's the main point we have back in the text. People give money for this, the archbishops take and do other things. No, this is not, you cannot do things against the donor's consent. Canon 1300 states the intention of the faithful is in giving temporal goods to the church must be respected. If cathedraticum is given for pastoral ministry, it cannot be diverted for renovation without the explicit consent of the faithful. Now, what is the risk of this ecclesiastical corruption? Now, the risk is that throughout the history of the Catholic Church, we've had bishops who have misbehaved financially, who have embezzled, and they have been sacked. Look at Bishop Franz Peter in Germany. Okay, he was removed by Pope Francis for his extravagant spending and renovation. Archbishop Malingo also was dismissed for financial misconduct and other abuses. So if Archbishop Kia continues, he might also be dismissed. Yes, that's why we're telling him to stop before he's dismissed. Yeah, because he can be dismissed. He's not untouchable. Nobody is untouchable. Okay? Now, let's go to the Code of Canon Law. Canon 212 paragraph 3 states that the faithful have the right and even a duty to express concern regarding matters that affect the church. I am a lay faithful. I have the right to say what I'm saying. Some of you have been saying, oh, what right does he have? I'm even shocked that some of you who are priests think that I'm not supposed to say anything because I'm not a clergy. No. Listen. The faithful have the right and even the duty to express concerns regarding matters that affect the church. This is Canon 212 paragraph 3. Go and read it. I am a Christian faithful. I have the right to say what I'm saying right now. Do you understand? And that's why the main problem we have is that many Christian faithful don't know canon law, don't know theology. That's why they just do everything the bishop is asking them. No, we have to start educating them to say no to this and yes to this. Okay, my friends? Yes. Now, let's go to giving according to your means. We have to give according to our means. Okay, you have to give. Some people can give food, like in Nigeria, some people giving yams and other things for cathedraticum. So why isn't Kia imposing only money? Was he made bishop only for money matters? No, no. And if you remember the resignation letter of Father Kennedy Akwondo, a very, very well-known priest, highly respected and charismatic priest, Father Kennedy noted there, money, politics. Money, politics, and power. Those three things is what he cared. From the 23rd of August 2013, when he was made bishop, the whole Manfred diocese changed to power, money, and and power, money, and what is the third? Power, money, and power, money, and how can I forget the third? Power, money, and so you have power, you have money, and you have there are three things: power, money, and I mentioned it already, so I don't need to repeat. But it's power, money, and so you have power, abuse of power, money, and politics. Those three things have terribly damaged the ecclesiastical province. So we have to work towards that. Conclusion. Cathedraticum is strictly a voluntary contribution to support the bishop's pastoral ministry. It is not a tax and cannot be imposed to Christians, to students, to religious orders. It is not meant for the renovation of cathedrals or any financial project. Forcing cathedraticum for renovation is a violation of canon law and church teachings. Christians must not be pressured into giving what they do not have. Now, if Archbishop Andrew Kia refuses to listen, it is time for the Vatican to investigate him as they have done with other bishops and to ask him to resign. It was done to Archbishop Tony Bacot, so why can it not be done to him? So the Church of Amenda must stand for the truth and refuse to be exploited. So my dear friends, you have to stand for the truth and refuse to be exploited. Okay? So it was a great pleasure to speak with you on this subject. I hope to talk to you more frequently on this important subject based on canon law. Everything I'm telling you is from the code of canon law, my dear friends. Thank you so much and have a nice day.